Hey lovelies, it's Alexa with Blue Woods Design and Mixed Media Art School, and today we are doing our Monday prompt projects, and our theme is gold. I had an interesting experience with this. I filmed, or so I thought, a whole thing, and then realized my camera wasn't on, so I had to come back and sketch what I had already drawn. So if things look like they might not be quite the exact same, it's because I had to do the drawing twice. But I'm going to show you some of my favorite gold products. One is the Gold Gesso from the Crafter's Workshop. It is so shimmery, shiny, beautiful. And I'm going to try to show you the shimmer and shine on all my gold stuff, but sometimes it's hard to catch it just right with the lights, but these are my favorites, which means that there is some shimmer and shine in all of them. This is the Artist Loft, and it's a metallic acrylic that they have, and they have, this one is old gold, and then they have a copper and a bronze, and they are really pretty too, and they are, I think I already said, the Artist Loft, which is the Michaels brand, so definitely affordable, and you can get those tiny little tubes in those. Look how shiny they are, super pretty. I was pleasantly surprised with their metallic paints. Next up is the Deco Color Premium Gold Paint Pen, and my favorite gold. Like, I use it anytime I need gold. It's my favorite. And it's like perfect gold shine. I also have the Pilot Gold, and this one's not quite as shiny, but it is a really fine tip, and you get like some good detail with it, so I really like that one too. It's kind of more of like a coppery, or not a coppery, a bronzy color. This one is the Pen Touch Copper, and I know we're not doing copper, it's gold, but I figured I'd get it out since I had it. And of course, it's like next to empty, so I like barely got any out because I use it like crazy, but it's really, really pretty as well. The other one is a Jane Davenport brush pen that she has, and I'll have to link what it's called down below, but it's Jane Davenport, and it's her brush pen with this gold. Oh my gosh, you guys. The sparkle in this is crazy good. And I showed you that it's like a brush pen, that it does those nice little swoopy brush pen kind of marks. Another way I love to get shimmer is using Jane Davenport's palette pastels as well. They have this like shimmer to them that is so great, especially when you're doing faces, which is what I love to do. So I love adding a little shimmer. It's kind of hard, again, to catch right there on the light, but in person it is like gorgeous. And let's see, I think I'm going to tell you about some of my other things that I'll be using today, which is a regular pencil, 2B, 10B. I'm going to be doing my shading with my graphite, so I want like the 10B to do my shading. I have a micron, I have an 08, and a brush tip. And I'm going to use, I think mostly I use the 8. I also have the Jane Davenport brush pen that I really like. I'm going to be using my Posca pen extra fine tip, and my jelly roll pens, my favorite whites. I always have the best luck with my jelly rolls. I have other white things that I use. I will also be using India ink, and I believe that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through what I did, and here I'm just showing exactly which ones I used. So the Gold Gesso, and then the 2 gold paint pens that I talked about, those are my favorites. So now here's where we're doing like a pretend this didn't happen. So I'm going to be drawing a girl. Now the thing is, I had already drawn her, and so it wasn't captured on film, and you can't undraw or unshade. So, and this is not even her. This is kind of like a faux. I'm showing you the proportions here. I do a big circle to start, and that is going to be for the bulk of the head, and then I do almost like this little ice cream cone thing off to the side. So I'm doing a profile today, but and then I'm going to divide in half, and then in half again, and one more time, and that's how I get my grid lines. And if you need more help with this, I am going to be doing some face classes in our mixed media school. So if profiles are trouble for you, don't worry, they're trouble for everybody. And I still, even though I know the rules and know how to do it, I still have to like play. Like I have to move things up, move things down a little and all that. So I'm walking you through this, and if you want, you could slow this down and watch it really carefully how I'm kind of coming to these proportions. Now, so again, like I said, I've been trying to say this, but I keep getting distracted by what I'm doing on the video. So I am redrawing this. So if once I and I'm also drawing on just like a random piece of paper, because when I realized I had already drawn and shaded my whole piece, and then I was like, oh, my camera is not on. What's going on? So then I was like, what do I do? Because I really loved how she was coming along and I didn't want to just like scrap it. So I'm like, well, I guess I redraw her. So I redraw her, but you know, like I'm not a Xerox machine, so she's going to probably look a little different when you see, and I'll tell you where obviously it'll be kind of obvious. But so again, I'm just doing this on a scrap piece of paper just to give you the process idea of what I'm going to be doing. And now I'm going to go in and do shading. So the first sketching that I do really lightly. And I erase all those lines once I kind of get to where I like it. And then I come in with my 2B pencil, which I have right now. And I kind of do those lines a little bit more firmly, right? Like I kind of put them into place because I have found where I want them. Now, 2B, you can definitely blend those out a little bit. For me, it's like if I'm going to be blending this, I'm going to use like, give me a 10 or a 12B. Like I want it to just move right on the paper. So this one I'm using almost like a normal pencil just to get my lines in really nicely. And you can see her coming to life here. And so, yeah, you'll see she looks like this. This looks pretty good. But the shading and stuff like looks definitely different because I did it on watercolor paper at first, and then when I came back to just redraw, I did it on a random piece of like copy paper, and so it does not blend quite as well, and the shading is all different. But I am using my 10B pencil, and I'm coming in wherever the shadows would fall, and I'm going to end up shading quite a bit of her face, but then adding deeper shading where the shadows would fall. So her neck will definitely get lots of shading. And I'm just using a blending stump, but you can see I'm holding that pencil, but I really put the tiniest bit down and then I use my blending stump. A dirty blending stump is like your best friend when you're doing shading because so when I get new ones, I will take like a 10B pencil and just like scribble it onto a page and I will just dirty that thing up because I can do most of my shading with just my blending stump and I can get really good depth. So here you can see on this page it gets really dark. I didn't do it quite as dark on my watercolor paper, but I am keeping her in the black and white, and then I am going to come in with some gold and have that be the only color because this week's challenge is gold. Now here I'm showing you how to draw braids. Now this is not the exact way I always do it, but it's a really easy, approachable way. I make 3 lines, like 2 outside lines and then the middle line. And then I go from the outside and I just alternate and I end up making these little, it almost ends up looking like an offset heart, right? Like, and I just keep going down and then you get this, what looks like a braid. And it's not super hard, crazy hard or anything. Definitely doable, but you kind of have to take your time and you can definitely get off track and have it look like, well, that looks wonky. So I just wanted to show you that little trick. And now I am outlining with my micron and then we're going to go on from there. But now you're going to see I'm going to end up tracing her out with this micron and then I will get the piece that I had originally done. And you'll see it looks a little bit different, but I think I did a pretty good job kind of recreating the same girl, even though like that's like my nightmare. Like redraw her. Like what? I can't. She just is who she is. But so here's the piece that I had originally done, and I'm kind of showing you how I did the shading and stuff because I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? So I was like, well, I'll just review what I did a little bit. And then you're going to see me finish her up with my gold. I'm going to use my gold gesso and my gold paint pen and that gold brush pen. And you can see that shading, like, ooh, look at that cheekbone. Whoop, whoop. And I'm just going to let you hang out and watch with music, but this is your piece of inspiration for this week. We also have Karina, our resident artist. She is making a project, and both will be something to do with gold, and she and I both love gold, so they should be fun projects for you guys to use as inspiration. And of course, you can always just use the term or the theme gold and do whatever you want, but you are invited to play along. And that does include, you are invited to try to create this girl if you want. If you have questions, let me know. Use our hashtag Monday Prompt Project and post in our group. We love to see what you guys are doing. And I think this week I'll be sharing some of your creations. So if you share with us that you've created this week, I will be sharing in my stories, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, go have some gold fun. And we will see you guys next week. All right, you guys, make sure to check the description below, and there will be links to both the groups, the pages, as well as Karina's project and video. So I will see you guys soon. All right, have a good one.